Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jaleesa. It's been quite a long time since I've done any tarot readings, so I'm going to jump right back into it with a tarot request from Vic Davies, 151. Vic Davies made a request about his mother's murder. When it comes to murders that I don't really know too much about, I will look to see, what truth there is behind it, and, the day they died, how they died. That way I'm not like going into it too dumbly, you know what I mean? So, I did see an article online. I did not read the entire article. I think it was like the first 2 or 3 paragraphs describing Mr. Davies and his mom. She was a business owner, says that she was beaten to death. How horrible. That's so sad. That her name was Ivy Davies. She was murdered on 2/4/1975 in Southend-on-Sea, Essex in England. So sometimes when I've been thinking about this request for months. It's ever since Mr. Davies requested it, and it's been on my mind, and I've been wanting to do it for so long. And some things that kind of pop up in my head when I was thinking about her passing is the letters JD or JED. I don't know if that matters or if that means anything, and it felt like it was very family related, like her death was family related. I don't know if there was anything more than her being horribly assaulted to death, or if there was, any sexual motivation behind it. I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I didn't read the rest of the reporter, whatever you want to call it, the clipping, whatever they wrote about her. I did not read more into it. I just, I wanted to get as fresh of a take on this as I could. I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Davies. I am so sorry that your mother passed away in such a horrible way, and that you were in a position that you couldn't even properly grieve her death or even be notified properly by it. So let's move on, and we're going to start with the oracle deck that I created. I don't know if I want to redo this deck or not, but we'll see. Sorry, I'm trying not to move my camera too much. It's always bounces everywhere. Sorry, if I take a moment, I'm just looking to see how well you can see it in the camera. If I need to make any adjustments. My first impression from that letter, email, call, text is that the person who committed the crime definitely let somebody know, probably a friend. It was definitely a male, masculine, who did this crime. I don't know if they ever found any male DNA. There were some other things that kind of popped up in my mind, and I told myself, I'll write those down, and I didn't, so. One of the things that popped up in my mind when I was thinking about her death is, since it's been so long, I don't know why, but I kept seeing like stapling pictures, or like, if you know anything, please contact the police, blah, 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 putting specifically on these posters that you would hang up would be, it's been so long. If you have information, please let the police know. Like, it's been long enough. So, okay. What else? This could have been somebody who was living in a garage at the time. I don't know why this is speaking more to me than up here, but like from here down is really speaking to me. I don't know if she had a garage to her house. I don't know if Ms. Davies had a garage to her house, but there could be evidence in the garage of the person who committed the crime, or maybe they droplets of blood. I didn't get a card. Yes. Yes, I think we understand that the female was assaulted. Thank you, deck. I appreciate that. Confirmation. How rude. Yes, we know that she was assaulted. So there could be a letter, an email, a call, or a text that just hasn't been looked at or found, or somebody hasn't really taken a good hard long look at it, or could be in a pile of papers that, you know, back then it could have just been too overwhelming to go through all the evidence. I feel like this person just like slipped through their fingers. Like, this person could have absolutely been found or been arrested within like a week of her death, and I feel like it just like slipped through the cracks. I feel like the person that would be outing the killer would be a friend. Now, this could be somebody that they live on a mountain, or they got rid of evidence in a mountain for the person who committed the assault, the murder. This friend could be male or female. There's no specification at the moment, but they could go hunting with this person. It really breaks my heart that I feel I see this revenge card here, and I feel like the revenge was in this person's head. Like, she truly, Miss Davies, did not do anything wrong, but this person is like adamant that she did them dirty and they were going to get her back for it, whether she fired them from the business that she owned, or kicked them out of her house if they were staying with her. Or maybe she just changed her mind about letting them do something. Like, oh, you know what? I really don't want you to use my garage for something. I don't know, the garage thing. You know, I really don't think it's a good idea right now. I've got a lot on my plate. Why don't we circle back to this in a couple of months? Well, to somebody who has serious mental issues regarding feeling like somebody's betraying them, or leaving them high and dry, I mean, that can be a trigger for them, and they will not stop until they feel like that debt is settled. So revenge, I feel like revenge could play a big part. This is another Oracle deck that I created. I mean, it's in my other videos. I just hand did this one. I looked online for some, law words like homicide. Well, obviously homicide. So let's see what comes out. We're gonna see these. Well, that's saddening. Not enough evidence. Let's see what else comes out from Miss Davies. This person could have been in jail previously, or has been arrested previously for indecent exposure, exposing themselves to children, or just being very inappropriate with other people, not really understanding social cues. Not gonna lie, I felt like that card was gonna come up at some point. I don't know if Ms. Davies was indeed, you know, R-E-P-E-D. Like I said, I didn't finish reading that. I don't know what that online article. I didn't finish reading it, so I don't know if she was. I'll have to read it when I'm done. But if not, or if it wasn't ever leaked that was a part of the assault, this is saying that this is like a way to prove that, you know, like, hey, I'm here, I'm helping you do this reading. Or it could be the person who had the indecent exposure issues is also possibly have gone to prison, or is in prison now, or has since done a stint in prison for that. Or that person could have been when they were a child, which caused, you know, changes in their behavior as they got older. Let's keep going here. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not taking these. I'm going to take these. Child abandonment. This man obviously has serious childhood issues. There's a possibility that someone who comes forward is a CI. They may not feel comfortable as of right now to come forward. They possibly feel like time's gone by and nobody cares anymore, or, you know, it's not important, they don't need to say anything. So it might be important for people in this area to start bringing it up. Like, let's talk about it. Let's get this taken care of. This is a cold case. We need this solved. This person's out here. This person could also be involved in drug trafficking, or drugs could have been involved. This person could have a drug problem. She might have fired somebody who was working for a business who had a drug problem. And this could be like your point to talk to that person. Oh, how interesting. So, like I said, I didn't finish that article, so I don't know, but maybe he attempted to do such a thing to Miss Davies and had an issue with it. They, you know, this guy couldn't get it up, or he was rushed for time and couldn't do the job, or maybe he felt sickened by what he'd done and then couldn't complete it or finish what it was. You never know. I don't know these people. I'm not in their head, so let's see here. Last two cards for Miss Davies. If I didn't say it yet, I'm going to say it now. These readings are for entertainment purposes only. I am not psychic and never will be. Okay. So instead of going down the friend route, this could be another route, is that this man was not very good with his own children and may have said something to his own children at some point. Something along the lines of, I've killed someone before, I can do it to you, type of deal. Just to keep that in the back of your mind there. This person could be well known for domestic violence. They might have a rap sheet with it. with domestic violence. So, okay. Let's see if we can get any confirmations. This is for Ms. Davies. This is for Ms. Davies. I'm going back to my original thoughts on things. I'm going to try and put this together as best I can so it makes sense. I apologize if you see a lot of hand movements. I move my hands when I'm thinking and feeling. So originally, I felt like this was a family member, somebody very close to her, somebody not necessarily super close, but this could have been a nephew, a cousin. I'm feeling along, wow, that's really annoying, somebody's car. Along the lines of a nephew or a son, grandson. How terrible, but that's where I'm moving emotion. This is family related. I also feel like this person could have been intoxicated or under the influence with drugs or alcohol or both. They really felt duped by her, breadcrumbed, like, you didn't give me my part, or maybe she didn't give them their last paycheck because they showed up drunk or, you know, under the influence of some kind. They really felt like they did her, or she did them dirty. And that revenge, ooh, I can feel the revenge. I have no idea how true this is, Vic Davies. You will have to let me know. Like I said, I'm not psychic. I just read cards. And when the cards that come up, I go with how I'm feeling with them. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Okay, let's get some more cards here. This person could have gone on a trip or traveled after her murder, like immediately after. And it's almost like wow, that's a coincidence. They left town. But at the time, it didn't seem out of place for the police. Like, oh, he's got a job out of town, or oh, he's going to, you know, to rehab to get some help, or whatever it is. This person was overlooked when they left town. It was like once they were gone, out of sight, out of mind. I'm not sure why. I don't know what happened with the police on that end. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball with that. I'm not gonna lie, they felt pretty good about themselves after they killed her. It's almost like they were proud of, not necessarily of killing her, but almost like defending their arrogance, defending their pride. Like, you're not gonna get away with treating me this way. This could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I feel like he reminisces on this quite often, quite frequently. I feel like whenever he is under the influence or close to being under the influence, that he reminisces about this. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. I apologize. take these two. That's your mama right there. That's Ms. Davies right there. She was a good woman. She was a good businesswoman. She was just doing her thing, and someone just took it away because they felt disrespected. They felt the need to get back at her for really unnecessary reason. Again, this person suffers from domestic violence. The confidential informant could be a domestic violence, one of their partners, an ex-girlfriend. I would look into ex-girlfriends of somebody that you may have in mind, or somebody in the area who is known to be very rough, had a rough bringing up, was into drugs and drinking, could have been a family member of yours, has a long history, like I said, of domestic violence, of possibly indecent exposure, possibly spent time in jail. That's where I'm coming out with this. I feel like whatever secrets surrounding this, that once you start poking the bear, that they're going to come to light. And this person will avoid it. As you can see, they're facing away from the moon card. They're facing away from your mom. And they're looking at how proud they feel of what they did. They're facing away from all of this. So to me, this says that when comes time and they are accused, that they're going to brush it off and make you feel like you're stupid, or that the police are stupid for even thinking that he would do such a thing. I hate throwing this word around, but I feel like this person is very narcissistic. I don't even feel like this person is charming. I feel like they could potentially be an attractive person, or used to be very attractive, and now blinders are coming off. Those rose-colored glasses are coming off, and people are seeing this person for who they really are. I would just really look into ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, other jobs that they have done that didn't work out. I would talk to the women at those jobs. I would talk to whatever, I don't remember what Ms. Davies did for a business. I'm not sure if it was a restaurant, or, but I would check with the women that she worked with and ask around about a person like this. This person could have reddish hair or blondish red hair. A very poor me attitude, but don't do me wrong. All right. Please let me know, Mr. Davies, how this sounds, if this resonates. If it does not, don't be afraid to let me know. Tell me it doesn't resonate, or what does resonate. And if I need to redo the reading, I'm always open to that. There have been times where I might be picking up a completely different energy. So just let me know and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for your request, and good luck with finding your mama's killer.